Hello, cup lovers. Thanks for joining us for this What's in Your Cup. I'm Portia. This is Trinika. This is Willie. And joining us today is a very, very special guest host. Some of you may have recognized him from some of his movies, rap albums. But if you didn't know, he's also a philanthropist, an educator, and just an all-around good guy. So thank you, Mr. Christopher Play Martin, for joining us today.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Today's show is about vision and dreams. And we throw that term around very loosely. But Portia and Willie is going to describe to us what visions and dreams are today.
Right. So, okay, well, you want to start with dreams or vision?
Well, when you start with dreams, you look at the Webster's Dictionary. Dreams is just a series of thoughts that take place while you sleep.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty simple.
It's very simple. And I guess vision would be considered like having the ability to see more, right?
Right.
So
like insight.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I mean, so for you, obviously, Mr. Martin, BrandNewz was not just a dream, but it was a vision, something that you wanted to see.
Well, let's rewind a little bit. So,
Okay.
suppose you're a daydreamer. Which one is that falling?
That's the vision. That's the vision.
A
Because
daydreamer?
you get insight. You see a vision. It's like
It depends on what kind of daydreamer you are. Are you a lazy daydreamer or are you an active daydreamer? Some people, they dream lucidly. They dream like, okay, they're actually experiencing these things while they're happening. So very clear.
Okay.
So I don't know. I mean, depends. But anyway, so vision. So BrandNewz was a vision for you, right?
It was birthed out of frustration. I had broke my leg in 2 places. I had to learn how to walk again, and I was down and out for a year. Learning how to walk over again. And at the time, I've always been into documentaries and news and stuff, but in that particular case, I was on my back and watching a lot of it, and just was getting angry because I'm old enough to remember when reporters just told you the news,
right?
And they respected us enough and trusted us enough to make our own decisions once the information was given. But now it seems like we're in an age, and when this happened, where things was more opinionated,
right?
And then when you have particular personalities built up as though they're celebrities, they have a certain influence on an audience now. And now when they feel a certain way about a news report, I'm just going to say it, when it got me furious was Nancy Grace, and it was happening during the Michael Jackson trial, and she already had him under the jail before, and I thought in America especially is you're innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
So that, I took notice to that, and then I'm noticing that was a common thing happening with most of our news personalities, and I'm like, whoa, so I just felt as though, then from that, I think it's interesting when you have a vision, I think you're also pregnant. And you go through stages where you're not able to sleep. You go through a lot of stuff, not to downplay what women go through.
So did you hold it for 9 months?
You can't sleep,
9 years.
you're frustrated, you can't
Cramps.
sleep, all kinds of stuff. Basically, emotionally and spiritually, and it won't leave you alone until you do something about it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So can you kind of express to us what BrandNewz is about?
Well, basically, it is about individuals. We report on individuals, newsmakers. Well, I used to have this slogan with it saying, if we are good enough to be in the news, why can't we be good enough to report the news? And I was being sarcastic about that, because mostly when we're in trouble, we're the stars of that news thing. So can't we tell our own stories? But basically, it's about individuals and events making a difference around the world and even up the street. And who else better than to get young people and young-minded and people of all ages that are interested in a change to be involved. To like we take those camcorders and videos to put up the crazy stuff we see on YouTube and World Star Hip Hop and all of that. Why can't we take that same kind of energy and incentive to put up like, hey, check out what Trinika's doing this week, or what she did last week, or Portia or Willie, and let's put that on camera and let's show the world that there are a lot of like-minded people that want to see a balance in our news.
Is it safe to say that it's about combating negative news with positive news?
I choose balance.
Balance,
because there is bad news, but there's also good news.
Right.
And when you just get too much of one thing, there's not a balance any longer. So I'm not here. I know I mentioned Nancy Grace's name in World Star Hip Hop. There's a place for that, but let's bring some balance to it as well, so that there is hope, and so there is an opportunity for change, and that people can turn their lives around. We see the story about an individual that made some bad choices over here. Can it be possible, or can we give them the incentive or the encouragement that we can see them a year from now or a month from now and they turn their lives around? You don't see that. When wrong stories go up with misinformation, that'll be on the front page of something.
Exactly.
But then when it's wrong, they might not even put it back in the publications to do a follow-up, but if it is, it's on page 8, real small, a retraction or whatever. So it's about balance for us.
Is there a particular audience that you look for as far as BrandNewz, a particular population or demographic?
People that are sick of bad news or negative news. It's we get a lot of good response, and it's interesting how you receive or react to something when you didn't know that it was missing. It's been times I've gone to people's homes and they've gone, that was my beeper. There's been times where we've gone to people's homes, and times where you go to a person's home and they're like, would you like a bite to eat? And you're like, no, thank you, no, thank you. But they push it on you, and then you take the plate and you finish up your food more than anybody's like, wow, I didn't realize I was hungry. Right. I think it's the same way, I know it's the same way with people with news. When they get it, they've been so over-inundated and overpowered with one particular type of news, it becomes refreshing when they see it. They're like, wow, this really made me feel good. Something like church. We don't go out of our way to go to it, but when we go, we don't regret it.
You're glad you went,
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I'm glad I came.
Yeah.
It's a good brand new.
Enlightenment.
But what is it about the flesh that we don't want to return back as eagerly next Sunday? But
anyway, that's another
show.
That's another show.
That's another time. So when you think about manifestation of your dreams and your visions, obviously this was a dream and a vision while you was sitting home, and do you feel like God is taking your vision and dream into another destiny, or fulfillment of destiny?
Well, it was interesting because when I first had the idea, if we know the story of Moses, it was like, I can't do anything like this. Yes, I've done a lot of stuff in television and in the entertainment business prior to, but when it gets to news, that's a different caliber of discipline and professionalism and know-how, and I'm like, I just was already overwhelmed.
You got the pocket square for it.
Well, that's now. It wasn't at the time. At the time, I had a white cast on my life. But the thing is that I was overwhelmed and felt intimidated by what I thought it was going to take. Now, when I had this idea, we did not have YouTube. We did not have the internet the way it is today. Nowhere near it. So as I continued, like Joyce Meyer says, do it afraid to move forward in faith. Lo and behold, fast forward to today.
Okay, and on that note, we're going to pause. That's a great place to pause.
Cool.
We're going to go to our sponsors and take a short break.
The world is online, and we're all connected. While there's a lot to explore and discover, we each need to do our part to keep the internet safe. Learn how you can stay safe online at dhs.gov/stopthinkconnect.
I am Little League. I am Little League! Watashi wa Shonen Yakutan.
Sportsmanship, teamwork, character, Little League, big dreams.
Listen to me. I have 30 seconds.
Did you about me?
About being a kid with a disability.
I am a joker.
I am a songwriter. I love the internet.
I'm a football fan.
I am a girl who likes math and science. I am poetry. Ratatouille.
Hey, I'm speaking up.
And I am not.
And I'm not.
And I am not going to be bullied. got it?
Who am I?
I am light. I am light.
I am light.
Who am I?
We are light.
Who am I?
I am light.
I am light.
I am light.
I am light. I'm Overseer Greg James, and we are Life Church International Center. And I would like to extend a personal invitation to you to join us. If you've been asking the question, who am I? Why am I here? Allow your family, allow yourself to partner with us. We will empower you to discover who you are, why you've been created. We're going to do it through the Word, through worship, and witness. Join us every Sunday morning at 10:30 a.m. Tuesday night is our Empowering in the Word at 7 p.m. 4409 Bluntstown Highway. A church alive is worth the drive.
We are live!
Fill your cup with What's in Your Cup, a new talk show airing this fall, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on ABC 27. Wake up with Trinika, Portia, and Willie. Information with inspiration and some biblical truth at the heart of it all. That's What's in Your Cup.
Welcome back, cup lovers. For those of you just joining us on our conversation, we've been talking about visions and dreams with Mr. Martin here. Some of y'all may know him as Play. But today we've been talking about how one of his visions, BrandNewz, have come to pass. And you were talking in the last segment about how you didn't feel you had the DNA. You know, you were not news ready, so right? Exactly, or equipped for this. How? We know that it's a God-inspired idea. What were some of the tangible steps that you took in order to pursue your dream, in order to make this vision come to life?
Well, I had already been into cameras. So that's what I just started really concentrate on more, was to get camcorders at the time. And basically to find like-minded individuals that wanted to know what I was doing. When I'd answer that, you know, everybody thinks another house party, and I'm like, no, this is what I'm into, and they're feeling me. So put cameras in hand, and like I said, basically what was beginning to emerge was the popularity of people putting their videos of just the not so pretty things of human nature on the internet. So I'm just going the opposite way. So a lot of things that I would normally spend my money on, like jewelry and automobiles and stuff like that, you know, one of the things is God puts you to the test, because he's the executive producer. It's like, you know, put your money where your mouth is. Right. Where your money is where your heart is.
Exactly.
So I started to do that, started to do the necessary research and learn how to get into editing. I spent like months in Philly under the mentorship of a good friend who was he's the master of wedding videos. So you know, he had the equipment to put, because that's what he did. He was a fireman, but he also, hello Teddy Pendergrass, he was that's his name. He didn't get literally mixed up with the real Teddy Pendergrass in Philly because they both lived there.
Wow.
But anyway, he did all these weddings, but it was the same principle, same machines, same techniques that it took to edit. So I pretty much lived there in Philly and learned how to edit, and it just grew from there. And basically learning to appreciate and really respect technology. Because what I didn't realize is that also, as a foreshadowing to what I got into, when I'd be on the set of films and television shows, I wasn't one so much to be where the beautiful people were. I hung out with the gaffer, the best boy, and the key grip, and all that. And I just would be hanging around them and just kind of like unknowingly watching what they would do. So it wasn't like total unfamiliar territory to me. So I learned to respect and really appreciate through some trial and error in regards to how important sound is, how important lighting is, how important equipment is, and not so much just the equipment, but the person behind the equipment. So I had to go to school all over again.
So what did you do to help you, I guess, you know, be more like camera ready, or to be able to report the news? I know you got the...
Well, I'm not interested in reporting it. I'm interested in finding reporters. I'm interested in like what someone did for me to pass it on, because I just felt my place is more behind the camera, more in the production. I'm looking for the gifted ones that, and as you see in my stories that we produce, we have Jay Sweet, We have Imani Person, and we have other people that we're grooming to be on-air personalities. But more important than the personalities in front of the camera is your producers behind the camera.
Make you look good.
Well, not even just that, the writers, the editors, all of that is like very, very, very important positions that need to be intact, because you can have a great script, but if you can go ahead and spend a whole bunch of money on it being beautifully shot, and the lighting and all of that, it's like you will feel you can't go wrong because you have everything perfect. When it gets in the wrong editor's hands, it's not good.
Right.
But the same thing holds true for the other other parts in it, from with the lighting, with the sound. You could have the best singer, best vocal, best actor, all of that. If your sound is blown where it was shot too or recorded too loud, there's nothing you can do about it. All of that. So it's like all of that is very important. But for me, it was about, again, do it afraid. Just do it. Because as you're learning and going through the process of trial and error, God is setting the stage for what's up the road. So if you get there too fast, you're there too early.
That's all
you
in
can be
agreement
there
with
too
you.
early. You can be there too late. So you just need to trust Him. So my whole thing is that, there were some things that weren't comfortable. There were some setbacks, but there's a lot of things that whenever you go through those setbacks, when it's time for things to accelerate, it makes up for that time for something that you thought you had missed. I don't know if we have enough time to tell you one particular scene. It's like busting your butt to make a plane.
Oh, running for it.
And you're sweating, you ruined your favorite outfit to make it, but you do make it to the plane. And you get in your seat, and you're like, whew, and you just made it by the skin of your teeth. And you think they're getting ready to close the doors and take off, but all of a sudden you hear the pilot go, hey, welcome. He says, the usual things he says to welcome you on board. Listen, there's another plane that's delayed, and we're going to sit here and wait because there's some other people that need to catch that plane.
Right.
Sometimes we put too much of ourselves in the equation, and there's some other people who are supposed to be on that flight as well.
Oh, that's a really
So,
good
that's the way you got to remember. It's not always about you or yourself. There's some other people who are supposed to be on board as well, and His grace and mercy is
sufficient.
what we look at. His grace and mercy, we see it as a delay, but it's not.
It's not, exactly.
Yeah.
That actually takes me to a Bible verse that says, a vision is an appointment in time, and though it may take a long time to get there, it's coming its way.
Exactly.
So that's actually a good point you made.
And the vision will not tarry.
It won't be
It will not be delayed. Yeah.
So you brought up a great point, Mr. Martin, with organizing your team, and a lot of people give credit to their team. Is there a particular way you went in choosing the people to be on that team that you put together as far as BrandNewz?
Well, I just put it out there. I mean, I do believe in build it and they will come, there's been a lot that have come and gone, some disappointments and heartbreaks and stuff like that, because I work with students. And students are still finding themselves, and then I have to be patient enough to see and let them go through different tiers to see how serious they are about things. So, it just kind of just works itself out, and you learn from the last one. Be one time where you put too much faith in an individual or into a situation, and it disappoints you, almost close to a heartbreak. But then you get over it, life goes on, and now you can apply what you learned from that over to the next opportunity or the second chance. God is not a God of second chances. He's not at all. He's a God of many chances.
Right.
So you get a chance to exercise what you learned from the last one, and the last one, and the last one, and be able to apply it. But with grace and mercy as well in that. You don't, you meet certain people and you feel they're kind of rude in certain decisions they make, and you see why when you go through those things yourself. But are you going to do it like they did it, or are you going to do it the Willie way?
The Willie way is not the best way, but you know what's the best way? God's way. And so after this break, we're going to talk a little bit more about BrandNewz.
Whoa, Willie.
Fill your cup with What's in Your Cup, a new talk show airing this fall, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on ABC 27. Wake up with Trinika, Portia, and Willie. Information with inspiration and some biblical truth at the heart of it all. That's What's in Your Cup.
Hello, I'm John Thompson, Chairman of the Board of Microsoft Corporation, and a proud alumnus of Florida A&M University and its School of Business and Industry. If you're preparing to pursue an online MBA, please consider FAMU Online. It's a unique experience that certainly should drive the kind of value creation that I'm sure you would like to have in the marketplace. We'd love to have you join us at FAMU Online. Apply today. It'll be great.
Listen to me. I have 30 seconds.
Did you about me?
About being a kid with a disability.
I am a joker.
I am a songwriter. And I'm here to learn.
I'm a football fan.
I am a girl who likes math and science. I am going to be valedictorian.
Hey, I'm speaking out.
And I am not.
And I'm not.
And I am not going to be bullied. Got it?
Can I go to the sleepover?
I want you to promise me something. If there's any drinking, I want you to say, no thanks, not my thing.
I promise, Mom.
They really do hear you.
Did you pack your toothbrush?
For tips on how to start the talk, visit underagedrinking.samhsa.gov.
Fill your cup with What's in Your Cup, a new talk show airing this fall, Sunday mornings at 7 a.m. on ABC 27. Wake up with Trinika, Portia, and Willie. Information with inspiration and some biblical truth at the heart of it all. That's What's in Your Cup.
Welcome back to What's in Your Cup, where we've been discussing with Mr. Martin dreams and visions. Now, Mr. Martin, if you can take us into the next segment of BrandNewz and you kind of introduce what's coming up next.
Thank you. Yeah, this right here is, this particular show was one that included the Corner Barbershop in the Tallahassee Governor Square Mall with Donetta Nelson, who was with Ladies Learn to Lead. And what they did was they sponsored an entire day where they brought in a bunch of kids right before school started for the school year in September, gave them free cuts at the Corner Barbershop, and blessed them with cuts. It was called Operation Swag.
Oh,
and,
I like that.
You know, the Corner Barbershop is good friends to BrandNewz, and we're just really excited to, like I said, people who are doing events and individuals making a difference around the world and even at the mall.
Right.
The best place to do it.
So check out this clip.
How many of y'all feel positive out there? Well, right now, what we want to do is we want to get everybody together all over the world as we get this thing started, something like this.
Yo, this is Jay Sweet with Team BNZ.
This is Imani Person reporting for BrandNewz.
Yo, what's really good? And welcome back to BrandNewz, where hip-hop has a new direction. I'm your host, Christopher Martin, better known as Play, and this is BrandNewz and Reviews, where we share a couple of the great stories reported in our News to Know section at brandnewz.com about individuals and events making a difference around the world and even up the street. Now, some of our stories are produced by our own Team BrandNewz reporters and producers that consist of mass communication majors and journalism students, in addition to our other sources we get from the internet, cable, and various print publications too. Now check this out. You don't have to wait till every weekend when we bring you our BrandNewz and Reviews for good news. You can also get it throughout the weekday, Monday through Friday. Updates we provide at brandnewz.com and our other social networks as well. And listen, if you want to become involved like many others are beginning to do, and we invite you to send us leads to great stories, you too can become a contributor and a Team BrandNewz member by simply contacting us at teambnz1@gmail.com. That's TEAMBNZ, the number 1 at gmail.com, or through our Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and our other social media connections when you visit brandnewz.com. Come on.
My name is Bullet the Barber. I'm a master barber, also a managing partner and proprietor of the Corner Barbershop in the Governor Square Mall in Tallahassee, Florida.
My name is Donetta Nelson. I am actually the volunteer coordinator with Ladies Learning to Lead.
Operation Swag is a back-to-school event in conjunction with Representative Alan Williams, Samantha Vance, and the ladies' organization called L3. We came up with the idea about 2 years ago, you know what I'm saying, to kind of reach out to the community, because we're in a more of a commercial setting by being in the mall. So it's hard for us to kind of get to the grassroots people, that's in the community. So we put something together to where we can give back from here. And it's been a major success the last couple of years.
And so what we did, we provided school supplies, book bags for all the boys and girls. The girls were at Celebrities getting their hair done. We provided haircuts to the boys. We provided food. And Macy's helped provide us with a $100 gift card for each kid that came.
We actually got something where we kind of set it up with them, where they bring us their report cards, and every 9 weeks we give them a little something, it kind of gives them an incentive to do better, because they see us doing well, and no matter how you look at it, we all role models, whether you're in the barbershop, you're an athlete, or whatever.
It was. I mean, when you think about people in need, they're going to come out. So we definitely had a nice crowd, and I did not see, was not at the girls' event, but I'm pretty sure they had a good turnout as well because we did pre-registration. So we knew coming in how many we were going to get. So.
Nice.
Yeah, it was very helpful, especially for a lot of parents who may not have money coming around to the new school year to help. So that was very helpful.
Yeah, definitely want to support the corner barbershop, right?
Yes. In the Governor Square
in
Mall.
the Governor Square Mall.
Tallahassee, Florida.
Exactly.
Right up the street.
This has been an amazing What's in Your Cup. Right, we have been talking with Mr. Christopher Martin.
Amazing.
Yeah, man, it's been good. We're talking about visions and dreams. I got to come alive. So. This BrandNewz clip and other news to know, right, can be found on.
What is BrandNewz and Reviews, and what it is we take 3 of the best stories that was featured in the week prior to, because we have a news to know section Monday through Friday. You could go to BrandNewz.com, Facebook, Instagram, all that good stuff. But every other week we show 3 of the stories that we want to spotlight from the series of stories prior to that weekend. So you guys, I want to thank you that will be hosting segments, a story from those collections.
This is going to be our brand new segment. So, but if anyone else wants to check it out during the week, they can go to
BrandNewz.com. But news is spelled with a Z at the end, so it's BrandNewz.com.
Okay, and
on
you
get
Facebook,
you get to connect. When you go to that homepage, you can get the connection.
Oh, get connect to everything.
Social networks.
Awesome.
Exactly.
And you know where you can find us on www.what'sinyourcuptv.com, and you can find us on Facebook at What's in Your Cup TV, and again, or email us at what'sinyourcuptv@gmail.com, right? And so we had a great time sharing this event with you all, and check us out next time on
What's in Your Cup, baby?